High Elves of Ulthuan are masters of the winds of magic, and none are more renowned than the High Princes of Safri. You were born to a life of great power and privilege, destined one day to take your place among the Archmages at the Tower of Hoeth. The arts of magic came easily to you, but as your skill grew, so did your arrogance. A rivalry with another student at the tower spun out of control, culminating in a magical duel that left your rival dead and one of your teachers crippled. As punishment for your recklessness and disobedience, you were banished from Ulthuan until you had atoned for your crimes. Cast out with nothing but a few magical tomes and the clothes on your back, you journeyed to the old world in search of adventure. At first, the news of the Chaos invasion meant little to you. Your people had been fighting the Dark Gods and their armies for thousands of years. But then you learned that Teclis, Hoeth's greatest living archmage, had come to the old world to offer his support to Magnus and the Empire. Believing your moment of redemption was at hand, you rushed north to join the Imperial army. Magnus accepted your offer at once, glad for another mage to battle cool sorcerers. As the day of battle dawned, you were determined to prove your worth or die in the attempt. While Teclis shielded Magnus from the enemy's spells, you fought cool sorcerers and demons with all the skill at your command. By the time the battle was over, you were a hero. Magnus offered you a place in his retinue, a position of tremendous power and influence. Such trifles meant nothing to you. All that mattered was the opinion of Teclis, who could end your bitter exile with just a few words. And so you have chosen to travel to Nuln with the Imperial army, determined to win the favor of the High Lawmaster at any cost. If that meant protecting Magnus from his enemies and rebuilding the ravaged human empire, then that is what you will do. It was an age of lawlessness and despair, a time of dark magic, treachery, and war. It is a night made for witchery and evil deeds, and across the city, guardsmen clutch their weapons tightly and count the hours until the dawn. Sleep is hard to come by on a night such as this. The air is tense, and memories of the battle at Kislev leave you restless and on edge. Suddenly, a peal of thunder shatters the stillness, followed by a howling wind that shakes the tower to its foundations. Foul magic curdles the air, and screams echo in the courtyard outside. The tower is under attack!
There is sorcery in the air. I can feel it. I'd best get to the core. Ungors! The tower is under attack. They're here for
Thanks, Sigmar, you're here. There's monsters everywhere. The tower's being overrun.
I can see that, you fool. Where is Magnus?
Upstairs in the throne room. There's armor in a chest by the stairs.
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magics. The Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell. Shouting a challenge, you prepared your counterspells. But the enemy struck first. By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room. But these are not guardsmen. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men. Confess your crimes, elf, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know. But before the witch hunter could make good on his threat, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once! This is the work of chaos, Teclis says. Sorcery of the darkest kind. Teclis examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. No one outside this room must know what happened here. If the people learn that Magnus has fallen, then everything he fought for will have been for nothing. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands. We must find this sorceress and end the curse before it's too late. If Magnus dies, the Empire dies with him.
There are dark and terrible forces at work.
Command me, High Lord.
Your courage does you credit, young prince. The attack on the tower came from this. Your first task is simple. Enter the tunnel.
I should wait some more. My magic is not ready yet. I should wait some more.
I'm not afraid of man nor beast. It's sorcery this
This time is strange.
I have scattered the vermin from the tunnels, High Lord Master, and driven them deeper into the sewers. The tower is safe.
I do not doubt it. You handled the situation well, young prince. There is grim news from the tower.
No doubt they have lost their way in the maze.
Someone needs to find them and try to get them... Not all dwarves are delvers in the earth or master smiths. A rare few become engineers, creating wondrous machines from steel, wood, and stone. You have wanted to be an engineer ever since you were a young dwarf, growing up in your father's workshop at Karazakarak. Your father, Gunnar Torkelson, was one of the greatest engineers of his generation, and being his only child, he taught you everything he knew. In time, you helped him design and build some of his greatest feats of engineering. But the life of an engineer was not without risk. Harnessing the power of fire and steam demanded precise craftsmanship and the finest materials. Any error, no matter how slight, could lead to disaster. There was no way to know for certain what had caused the explosion. It could have been any of 1,000 things, but you blamed yourself nonetheless. Though your father would recover, his days as an engineer were likely over. Tormented by shame, you left Karazakarak to seek your fortunes in the old world. It was well known that humans valued dwarf craftsmanship in all its forms, so you traveled to Nuln in hopes of offering your skills to the Empire's famous gunnery school. You arrived in Nuln to find the Imperial throne vacant and the Empire in tatters, following a succession of pretenders and centuries of civil war. The gunnery school was but a shadow of its former glory, but the remaining engineers gladly welcomed you into their ranks. Your work at the gunnery school had barely begun when news of the Chaos invasion reached the city. As Magnus of Nuln rallied the people to resist the invaders, you and your fellow engineers readied the Empire's ancient guns for war. At Kislev, the Empire's cannons proved decisive, driving back the Chaos Horde again and again until Magnus and his knights defeated Asavar Kul. You returned to Nuln a hero, lauded by the humans for your courage and skill. Later, when word of your exploits reached Magnus, you were surprised to receive an invitation to join his retinue.
It was an age of lawlessness and despair, a time of dark magic, treachery, and war. It is a night made for witchery and evil deeds, and across the city, guardsmen clutch their weapons tightly and count the hours until the dawn. Sleep is hard to come by on a night such as this. The air is tense, and memories of the battle at Kislev leave you restless and on edge. Suddenly, a peal of thunder shatters the stillness, followed by a howling wind that shakes the tower to its foundations. Foul magic curdles the air, and screams echo in the courtyard outside. The tower is under attack!
What's all that noise? I bet... Groomney's Ironbeard!
Thanks, Sigmar, you're here.
Not if I've got...
Upstairs in the throne room.
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magics. A Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell.
There's only one thing to do. Calling upon the spirits of your ancestors, you raise your hammer and charge!
By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room, but these are not guardsmen. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men.
Confess your crimes, dwarf, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know.
But before the witch hunter could make good on his threat, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once!
Teclis, lawmaster of the High Elves, regards Voss coldly. Kila Gunnarsdottir has told you the truth, he said. It is you who have refused to listen.
Teclis examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. No one outside this room must know what happened here. If the people learn that Magnus has fallen, then everything he fought for will have been for nothing. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands. We must find this sorceress and end the curse before it's too late. If Magnus dies, the Empire dies with him. There was a time when an emperor ruled in Nuln, and the Empire was at peace. But that was long before you were born. Soldiering is the only life you've ever known. Your father was a swordsman in service to the Elector Count of Reichland. By the time you were 15, he was dead, and his sword and armor passed to you. You've lost count of the number of battles you fought. Some were victories, others defeats. Most were fought over the same barren hills and empty villages, year after year. You rose through the ranks, replacing men who'd fallen along the way. Then came the news of the Chaos invasion. Panicked Reichlanders spoke of the end of the world, and you feared they were right. With the Empire divided, who could stand against Kuhl and his horde? But then a nobleman from the old imperial capital of Nuln stepped into the breach. His name was Magnus, and he called upon the warring Elector Counts to stand as one and drive back the Chaos Horde. You expected no one to listen, but this time was different. Magnus's message spread like wildfire across the Empire. Within weeks, you and your company were on the march, joining the growing army as it headed north. Not even a lifetime of battles could prepare you for the nightmare that waited at Kislev. Just when all seemed lost, Magnus and his knights launched a desperate charge against the Chaos Warlord and his bodyguards. Surrounded, you and your men held back the Horde until Asavar Kul had fallen. It was the company's greatest victory, and its last. By the time the battle was over, you were the only one left. Once the dead were buried, you accepted Magnus's invitation to join his retinue and return with him to Nuln. After the horrors you witnessed at Kislev, defending the Empire from its foes is the only battle worth fighting anymore. It was an age of lawlessness and despair, a time of dark magic, treachery, and war.
Sounds like trouble in the courtyard. Chaos forces are storming the tower!
Thanks, Sigma, you're here.
Stand fast, so
Upstairs in the throne room, there's up...
As you reach the throne room, the air seethes with foul magics. A Chaos Sorceress stands before the throne, and Magnus, the savior of the Empire, is caught within her spell. There is only one thing left to do. Shouting a challenge, you charge across the room, ready to give your life for the future Emperor. By the time you regain your senses, the battle is over. The Sorceress is gone, leaving you and Magnus for dead. The shouts of angry men fill the throne room, but these are not gods. They are witch hunters, the Empire's feared inquisitors, led by none other than the infamous Heinrich Voss. You are under arrest for the murder of the Emperor Magnus, Voss declares. You try to tell him about the sorceress, but Voss refuses to listen. I see no sorceress here, he shouts. Only you and a room full of dead men. Confess your crimes, Captain Borden, Voss threatens. We will have the truth from you one way or another. After a week in the dungeons, you'll tell me everything I want to know. But before the witch hunter could make good on his threats, a commanding voice filled the room. Stop this madness at once! Technus, Lawmaster of the High Elves, regards Voss coldly. Captain Volan has told you the truth, he said. It is you who have refused to listen. Technus examines Magnus in silence. He lives, thank the gods, the High Elf says at last. But he is in the grip of a powerful curse. It is only a matter of time before he succumbs. No one outside this room must know what happened here. If the people learn that Magnus has fallen, then everything he fought for will have been for nothing. The fate of the Empire lies in our hands.
There are dark and terrible forces at work in the city.
I hate to say it, but shouldn't this be a job for Vought?
You saw the mayhem the witch hunters left in their wake during the March of Kislev. Torture, execution.
All right. What do you want me to do?
The attack on the tower came from the... Your first task is simple.
I'm not afraid of man nor beast. It's sorcerers.
Can't do that right now. I can't do that right now. enough energy. It's not yet time. I can't do that right now!
If those cultists come back... It's done. The tunnel surrounding the
I do not doubt it. You have done well, Captain. There is grim news from the tower.
hot-headed fools.
That someone needs to find them.
There's always too much.
By the gods, my feet are too long. If I can be of any service, do that right now. Just a few more seconds. Just a few more seconds. It's not yet time. You'll not take me alive! It's not yet time. It's not yet done. I'll do that right now. It's not yet time.
me alive! I can't do that right now! Not yet time. You'll not take me alive! Not yet time. You'll not take me alive!
Damned cultist lured us into a trap.
Take it easy, soldier. I'm going to get...
They took them, and I was still able to walk.
Nothing to worry.
I found the lost soldiers, but it was too late. They'd been lured into an
The men were alive when they...
Yes. But what does the cult...
Not prisoners, Captain. Sacrifices. Offerings to the... We must do everything we...